Guys, episode 100. Last we saw our heroes of Hyrule. They had finally reached the Sanctum, where Calamity Ganon was being held captive by Princess Zelda. When they entered the Grand Throne Room, the Divine Beast's lasers that were locked in on Ganon's cocoon fired, sending the mass of malice crashing through the floor and sending 11th Hour tumbling down with it. But just before visibility was lost, Aquila used her Featherfall ability, just as she had done at the start of our hero's journey to descend the Great Plateau so many months ago. As the dust settled in the vast chamber below, two huge eyes glared at them like a pair of blood moons. And as the scourge of Hyrule Castle readied its grotesque form to fight, the lasers rained down once again, stunning and knocking it prone. More prepared than ever, 11th Hour leapt into combat. Natara fired her divine bow, Lorhanan gained insights to make sneak attacks, and Inari smited, all the while Ganon fought to resist the barrage of spells slung by Aquila and Lydian. But this monster was not alone, as reduced versions of the Blight Ganons emerged from the malice that held Calamity Ganon together. Soon enough, the battlefield was populated with these awful creatures, and for as much as our heroes were laying into their enemies, they were returning fire, landing massive amounts of damage in return. But luckily, 11th Hour had numerous forms of radiance for these evil creatures to deal with, including a wall of light Lorhanan produced. As the battle raged on, some of our heroes were beginning to feel the hurt, especially Inari after a critical hit from Thunderblight Ganon. But 11th Hour was relentless, continuing to focus on dealing damage, and they were getting lucky with critical hits as well. And when all of the Blight Ganons had been slayed, our heroes focused their fire on the biggest foe. Suffering an immense amount of damage, Calamity Ganon began to activate a regenerative shield effect, which reflected Natara's ranged attacks and heavily resisted her melee. With some quick thinking, Aquila dispelled this effect, further enraging the monster and giving Inari an opportunity to finish him off. However, this was not the end, as upon nearly getting unconscious, Calamity Ganon appeared to regain health and prepared for an even more powerful phase. This attack was stunted before it even began, as upon missing Inari with its fiery sword, she returned an even bigger attack. Lydian then used his psychic lance once again to put the nail in the coffin, and Calamity Ganon exploded into a cloud of malice that ascended through the gaping hole in the ceiling. It was then the soft, radiant, disembodied voice of the princess spoke, informing our heroes that Ganon was not yet finished. He was ending his reincarnation to assume a form of pure, enraged evil, and she asked for their help in finishing him once and for all. Disappearing into glittering gold light, each hero found themselves behind the controls of a divine beast. Inari in Va Naboris, Lydian in Va Meadow, Natara in Va Ruda, Aquila in Va Cycleo, and Lorhanan in Va Rudania. And that is where we find our heroes for the last time. 11th Hour. In central Hyrule, you see the red fire of the dark beast form of Ganon. The red fire, the dark beast. Oh my god, what did I write? You see the red fire of the dark beast form Ganon has assumed. But this is not the only light you see, for there is a golden beacon and a narrow, silvery blue light by its side. Though it is day, the sky rapidly warps into a darker, twisted vision of clouds swirling violently, backlit by an evil glow. The champion within each divine beast has spoken a few words of encouragement, and it is time to go.
Before we continue, is your mic muted in OBS?
It is not. I turned it on. It was originally.
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right, you guys find this map here. I don't know if you're able. I'll put these on before I assign them to you, the tokens. I don't know if you're able to move them, but the divine beasts begin to move from their various corners of the world. You guys lead them forward, and you all get closer to
Oh man.
the Dark Beast Ganon.
So over.
All right. We're going to. You guys, are you able to see your stat blocks for the divine beasts? They're at the very top. You should be able to select them below in the as section of the chat screen. And here is our turn order tracker.
Should we roll initiative?
Yep, please roll initiative. Oh my freaking god.
Let's go.
He's not gonna get that
Got a
chance.
3. You guys
I'm
are all
gonna
rolling
top
well
this.
too, because the divine beasts are not dexterous.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. I don't know if he's gonna get a turn. We will see. Holy shit.
That's amazing.
Alright, you guys find that the controls come naturally to you in these divine beasts. And you can see your various abilities on the NPC style stat blocks that you have for each of them. As long as they load and open for you, because they're not loading or opening for me. Can you see out everything in the stat blocks?
I think so.
Yep,
Okay.
I can.
Okay, good. I don't know why they won't open for me. Well, we kick it off with Von Boris and Nari. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm looking at this sheet. We've got some pretty good movement. So I will say, like, does one block of movement match up with like how are we kind of measuring movement? 'Cause it's
one
a big
block.
map.
You can move one block per round, basically.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. All right.
The scale is wonky.
Mhm. No, it's cool. I just wanted to make sure I knew the scale. Okay. So I think. So I'm looking at lightning onslaught. All right, I'm not gonna do that one just yet. I'm gonna do lightning strike.
Okay.
And
you
so
see
it's a
your
rain.
multi-attack for it as well, so you can make it 3 times.
Okay. So 20 plus 15. Okay. Okay, so 16, so that's a 31. And then I'm just gonna do 3.
You should be able to just.
Oh, can I click it?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay, let me just do that then. That's gonna be way easier. Okay, so that's a 19, a 33, and a 25.
The 33 will hit.
Okay, slay. And then that's 32. So okay, so 5d8 plus 10.
Yeah, I didn't put in the damage.
No, you're good.
Otherwise it would typically roll, but yeah, if you just click the dice on the side, you can totally.
All right, that's 26 plus 10, so that's 36 lightning damage.
Okay. And you moved for your round as well?
Yeah, I moved forward 1.
Got it. All right. Up next, Von Meadow. Lydian.
I had to drop Discord for a second. Did you clarify that each square is essentially 5 feet from the movement? Like,
Each square is like, 1 round of movement.
got it. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Mighty Caw ability, I think.
Okay.
Do I need to be within? Is this within range for that?
Mighty Caw. No, because that's 120 feet, isn't it?
Okay, so that's like, so it's not like a scale thing.
No,
it's,
no. Yeah, this
need
is
to
not
be
to
literally
scale.
within-
Like, yeah. So
Got it.
I'm saying like 50 feet of movement is like per square. So just like add 10. So if you are, what would normally be 10
Yeah,
feet
sure.
away, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
In that case, I will. I don't think I can do anything but get closer right now. So I'm gonna do that.
Or aerial bombardment.
That has a range of 150 feet, unless it's a disadvantage then. So,
Yeah, you should be able to.
but I'm not within 150 feet.
What with disadvantage? I'm confusing myself. Make your. My
'Cause it's like-
intention. My intention is that you guys can make your ranged attacks,
Oh,
just like as is. The scale is all fucked up. Just relax. Don't worry about the scale. You have to get closer to use your recharge
Okay.
ones that require like a closer range.
I see.
But
Yeah,
it's a bit more loose. You're in these
with the-
gargantuan mechanical constructs.
because the range 150 600 means it's works until it's at 150 feet, and then it's at disadvantage until it's at 600 feet, which
Ignore
at
it.
that
You
point
guys
doesn't.
can use.
Okay.
You can use your
These things
multi-attack.
shot from Mount Hebra, man.
Yeah.
They're pretty accurate.
All right.
Natora has a ring.
In that case, I will roll my aerial bombardment ranged weapon. I got an 18 to hit.
That one will miss. And see, the multi-attack, you can do it 3 times.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's a 32 and a 28 for the second and third.
32 will hit.
We're learning.
So then
The damage.
Yeah.
Oh, did it do it?
32. Yeah, no, I clicked the attack button.
Cool.
32 force damage.
All right, got it.
And then I don't think I moved closer, so I will move 1 square closer.
All right. Boss Cyclio, Aquila.
I am going to move 1. And I am going to hold my action until he is. Dark Beast Ganon has taken his turn.
Okay, so at the start or at the end of Dark Beast Ganon?
At the end of his turn.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'm so
Okay.
intrigued.
All right, we'll move on to Rugania, Lorhannon.
All right, Rudania, we're gonna move up 1 square and hit Ganon with the lava bombs.
Hey.
Cool.
All right, 19, 26, and 33.
The 33 will hit.
That is 33 points of some type of damage. Fire damage.
Yes. Did I not put fire in? I'm sorry. I
No,
said, I was
it's okay.
throwing these in. You're welcome to edit it and write fire next to it if you would like. All right. Varuda, Natara.
Right. Garuda's gonna move forward 1 square and make the icicle barrage attack.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Wait,
That-
those should all be
Oh,
plus
that one
15.
doesn't
Plus
have-
15. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like, oh, yikes.
Yeah, those numbers aren't possible. For
You're like,
whatever
"Oh,
reason, I can't open these anymore. Oh, maybe it's because I didn't give myself the ability to edit and control. That's probably why. Haha.
And I think the first one should.
No, I can't. So yeah, if you want to go in, I don't know why I can't open them anymore. That didn't even work. So if you want to go in and add the 15, like put 15 into the NPC sheet, you're welcome to. But the 31 that you get with the first attack will hit.
I think I got it. Alright, that is 27 cold damage.
Got it. Okay. With that, it is Dark Beast Ganon's turn. Dark Beast Ganon is going to roll to see if this happens or not.
If he gets a turn or not, right? That's what that means.
Nope.
His turn recharges on a 5 or a 6.
Oh no.
no.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
You
no.
watch as a this sort of massive, like, flaming mote of malice emerges, centered over the dark beast's head, and then is sent flying to the southwest.
Oh no.
huh.
We know it's not the you get them.
In my head, it's going to Terrace Grotto. That's what I'm
Yeah.
That is the end of Dark Beast Ganon's turn. Aquila, what's going on?
See, I thought I was very clever, and then I read my actual sheet. We've already all the divine weapons have already been used, right?
You guys have one use of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm a genius. I use divine weapon.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't have put it on there if you guys couldn't.
Okay,
use
yeah.
it.
I was
Everyone
also
used
like, wait, didn't these fired already?
it.
All right. So he will be hit by divine weapon, and he will be. Oh no, he needs to make the save. See if he's stunned.
What did I make it? Is it dexterity?
Yes.
Right, stun this guy, wreck his face.
At the end
We'll
of this
use a
next
legendary resistance because he rolled a nat 1.
Just wait until I'm within Silvery Barb's range. What fucking spell slots, Jenna?
literally right.
Lose my mind.
Okay, so I will roll the damage regardless.
Yep, you still roll damage. It's just half.
Is it halved since it can't be reduced in any way?
Oh yeah, wait. He'll save. Okay, no, it does not take. Oh, okay.
That was a really good roll.
That is a really good roll.
53 radiant damage.
Because see, I had the base of the divine beasts in. I had to put the specific abilities of each one in, like your multi attack and your recharge ability. So what did I mean by this? I think it damage cannot be reduced or prevented in any way. So I think it is not stunned, but then it just takes the damage.
Yeah,
I would assume so.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, it can take half damage as well. I don't know if you mean like the half, like after half, it can't be reduced any further.
No,
But
it's
like,
full
I-
damage.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I would have to.
I mean,
look
the
at
way it
spell
reads to
slots.
me is that he's saved, so it does nothing, but...
I kind of read it that way too, but
Oh,
I want
then
you
yeah.
guys to do damage. I want you guys to be able to do damage.
Yeah,
Here.
but there's 5 of us. We've got to hit one.
Yeah, but he's tanked. All right. That brings us back to Vaughn, Boris, and Ari.
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna move forward again. Here we go. Alright. I don't really think there's a benefit to using my other stuff just yet. So I'm gonna do Lightning Strike. Again. 27. Critical fail. 19.
All of those will miss, unfortunately.
Man. Woof. Alright. Well, with that being the case, I'm just hanging out.
Okay. Meadow. Lydian.
Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit closer, and then also I'm gonna fire my divine weapon, I think.
Okay. He will roll. And fail. I actually don't think it's DC 26. Okay, he can't succeed, so this just burns another legendary resistance. So that's kind of the point. These things are designed to
Yeah.
destroy.
kill Ganon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost as good as John, so that's a 51
Yeah,
for
as well.
damage.
Okay, got it. Cycleo. Sheila.
I'm going to move my 1 square here, and then I will use my multi-attack to make 3 ancient laser attacks.
Okay.
So a 19, a 34, and a critical miss.
The 34 will hit.
37 force damage.
Got it. Okay. Rudanya, Vorhanen.
Right. We're moving. We're moving. We're getting close. Getting close to that recharge ability, guys. Lava bomb time. Oh my gosh. A 32, a 29, and a 16.
32 will hit.
Right, that's 29 fire.
Got it. Okay. Ruda.
Alright, Ruda will move forward one and use the icicle barrage attack again.
Alright.
What the heck? Like, these now ones.
25, 21, 16?
None of those will hit, unfortunately. Alright, 0 for Ruda.
Everybody roll one.
Dark Beast's turn once again. Let's see. Okay. Dark Beast erupts in a radius of malice. And you're all okay.
Zelda and
Link just like ate shit.
they up to.
Yeah.
You have to help Link again.
For real,
What is the
though.
Not
rest of
even gonna
my
roll. Nothing even happens. That is Dark Beast Ganon's turn. Von Boris Inari.
All right, it's gonna happen this time. It's gonna happen. All right, putting her here, and then I might bust something out here. Let's see. All right, I feel like. Okay, so like if I do lightning onslaught, is that like technically gonna affect Lincoln? Like, would that be?
Don't worry about them.
Okay. I was just like,
They are, the reason being, they are also heroes. They are skilled and able to avoid, attacks that are not intended for them, you know? As Naboris is stepping forward, the pair are on the moving to the other side of Dark Beast Ganon.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do lightning onslaught then.
Yes.
All right. The divine beast creates an aura of lightning around it. All creatures within. Oh, do I have to be within 120? I'm not in 120 feet.
You are now because you.
Okay.
I mean.
All right.
Yeah.
That's up to you. Yeah. All right. So, that's yeah. He has to make a dex save.
He cannot succeed.
Okay. So that's
and
12.
will burn another legendary resistance.
Fuck.
keep burning.
I mean, how many does this man have?
Yeah.
12 is perhaps, well, maybe. I guess the other one's right.
All right.
Go ahead. Still roll damage. He's gonna
Oh
have to half.
shoot. Okay, let's see. 12d12. I'm just gonna have to put that in the good old.
Good old roller.
Don't laugh if I do this wrong. Okay, that's 63. So it'd be like probably 31.
3.
32. Cool. Got it. Meadow.
I will use. I'm gonna get 10 feet closer, and I'm gonna use my mighty claw now that he is within range.
Yes.
So which is a DC 26 con save.
And he will use another legendary resistance. Getting down there.
73.
Oh man.
Lord.
Alright, so it's 37. Okay. Cycleo.
And that's my turn.
I'm gonna move one up, and I'm gonna use my recharge ability as well. I'm gonna use Shadow Burst.
Okay.
Ooh.
And Dark Beast Ganon will burn its final legendary resistance.
There we go.
Woohoo.
You know what to do, guys.
And officially, Dark Beast Ganon is bloodied.
Ooh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Right. Rudanya.
All right. Lorhan is not smart enough to know that he should shoot his big laser now, so instead we're gonna move up like right on this guy and unleash the fire breath.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Alright, he cannot resist. Go
He
ahead.
cannot
and
resist, so he takes
roll full
fully.
damage.
He takes 70 fire damage.
Okay. Ruda.
Alright. Ruda is gonna move forward one. Oh no.
Oh no!
And went away.
We killed him!
Oh.
He's small now.
Hang on. Come on.
Enlarge reduce would be great right now. Let's put him in a wall of force, boys.
And Ruda is still not within range to use Water Blast, so Ruda is gonna use her Divine Weapon.
Alright. Cannot resist. Go ahead. Roll your damage. He is stunned.
We're gonna just stun lock this guy until
Obviously.
he's
Are you kidding me? He just he either blew up. He blew up either the Oasis, Terra, the stable, or Gerudo Town right there.
right.
We can
Yeah.
let him have another turn.
Well, it's until the end of his next turn, which is literally right now.
Right, but he loses a turn. Then another one of us can blast. Like, we have now 3 turns that he loses a
That
turn.
weapon attack just saved an entire town of Hyrule.
Exactly.
Alright,
Exactly.
Naboris.
Sierra?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking through what I wanted to do, and I'm not sure yet. But okay, I'm at least gonna move forward.
Get
One
to
more.
roll your d6 to try and recharge.
Oh yeah, true. Good point.
Is
D6.
Shadow Burst meant to be
Oh, I meant to
recharged?
click one. Ignore the first one.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Sorry. Did I not put
okay.
it there?
It's not there, but I want to
It
double check.
is your recharge ability.
Yep, I got a 6.
It recharges.
Hell yeah.
Hit him again!
Hit him again. There's okay.
Jeez, really? They're already.
Oh shit. I didn't remember.
On a failed save. Okay. So divine weapon.
You already used your divine weapon.
Oh.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
I did.
yeah.
Oh, no, sorry.
Right.
yeah.
Meadow and Ruda don't have it anymore.
I'm gonna use my divine weapon actually.
There we go.
Okay.
So
Go ahead, roll the damage. He is stunned. Again.
8d12. All
The
right.
pew pew.
This might even
Alright.
put a stake in it.
I don't know about that. We'll see. 40.
Okay.
And
Alright.
that is it.
Meadow.
That's me. Let's go. 3. My weapon does not. My claw does not recharge, but I will get.
Advantage.
I'm gonna get a little bit
Right.
closer. What do you mean advantage?
He's
Don't we
stunned.
roll? Do we roll stunned? So we roll with
Oh,
advantage.
stunned. Yeah. Okay, so multi attack with advantage then.
Yep.
You can toggle as well. I have it so that
Yes.
you can toggle advantage.
Did it not roll it?
No, you clicked your multi-attack. You gotta click on the aerial bombardment.
Like aerial bombardment.
Oh, yeah. Got it. All right, 25, 33, and 32.
2 of those will hit.
Okay. And then the damage. We got 41 force. Holy shit.
Wow.
41 force and
Crazy.
32 force.
Wow, you rolled insane on that. Okay.
Yeah, I kinda did.
That is current record. I mean, yeah, current record because this is the first time 2 have hit, but still, regardless. Aside from the bigger attacks. All right, Cycleo.
My Shadow Burst does not recharge, but I will make 3 Ancient Laser attacks with advantage. 29 and two 34s.
The 34s will hit. So that's another 2 that will hit.
36 and a 38. Force
Okay.
damage.
Got it. Verdania.
All right, let's see if we get.
It's bad.
I think it's just funny to do the fire. Like maybe the advantage is better, but the fire breath is so funny. All right, here we go. 12 d12 fire damage.
Apparently, it's
That
about
was actually better than making 3 attacks statistically.
That is 81 fire damage.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Very cool. Ruda.
Ruda is so close to being able to use the water blast.
You
She
can
will-
definitely use it from here now, where you are.
Okay. Then I might as well. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that doesn't actually do anything. 2, 12, d12, not 2 d12. That is 68. Water or
Bludgeoning.
bludgeoning. It's like water damage. Isn't it?
Water damage.
Accidentally summed. That's not what I meant to do.
And just so she uses at least.
Oh, for sure.
Alright. Bear with me for half a second.
Poor guy. Got him on now?
Second. Because as Varuda raises its trunk and blasts Dark Beast Ganon back, soaking it with the water, Dark Beast Ganon explodes into that wispy incorporeal malice form, no longer on 4 legs, but now in that form of wispy, what is it? Just
Serpent-like.
yeah, that serpent-like creature that you would see flying around the castle is now before you. I'm trying to just change the picture because I have the art. I think if I do this, it should just change as soon as it loads. Okay, it doesn't just change. I have to swap it for the other picture.
Hmm.
Bigger as well.
Whoa.
Didn't think we were getting up that easy.
Yeah, come on, guys. Changes into this form purely, even more so than before, if possible, enraged, berserking, and just chomping, trying to fight for life, as this is its final form and last legs in the entire incarnation of this greater evil. Oh, I need to give him an initiative. Hopefully better this time. What? Better this time. Alright, so we go back to top of the order with Naboris.
Okay. I am moving. I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm so used to moving. Brain rot. And then I'm gonna do my lightning onslaught. So that's the dex save.
We have to see if you recharge, right?
He did.
Oh no,
I already recharged.
you
Yeah.
did recharge and then used your divine weapon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think he ought, like, does he fail that or not? I'm not sure.
He auto fails.
Delay. Okay. 12d12. That's jeez. Okay, that's 55 lightning damage.
Okay. Meadow.
I will roll to. Yes, my claw recharges.
Cool.
So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot that off. DC 26 con save. I don't know if he makes that or not.
Does not. Go ahead. In this form, he is like relenting on all defensive fronts and is going to try something if it can get to his turn.
All right. Then 63 points of thunder damage.
Well, the dying goes after him.
Darn.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a recharge ability.
All right, so my Shadow Burst does not recharge. Is he still stunned from the last time he was hit by a divine weapon? Okay.
He changed like Constitution, basically.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I will use my multi-tack for Ancient Laser Strikes.
Okay.
A 30, a 29, and a 20.
The 30 and the 29 will hit.
His AC has gone down.
Another 38 and another 31 force damage.
Got it.
Oh no.
Okay. Up next, will all of you please make Constitution saving throws for your divine beasts?
Sure.
Oh yeah, like totally. Con save.
Okay. You guys watch as from the wispy body form of this version, this final version of Dark Beast Ganon, branching projectiles fly off from its tail that it has towards each of your divine beasts in an attempt to re-corrupt your beasts. But
Oh my god.
as each one hits, your divine beasts are now being manned by you, divinely able to resist, as 15 was the DC, and Naboris just succeeded. Oh man.
Ready to bust into legendary resistance. I really was.
It was a low chance because you guys have the major modifier to con, but that would have been really fun. Regardless, that does not succeed. Let me see if the other ability goes off. Does not. Rudanya.
Divine laser time!
Oh man.
Now I know. Okay, now we got big batter guy. Time to hit him with a big batter laser.
Yup.
Wow. That is
Damn.
crazy. 61 radiant damage.
The current form of Zark's Ganon is bloody.
Home stretch.
Alright, guys.
And
Ruda.
stunned.
And stunned.
Alright. Well, I'll see if I recharge. I do. That's why I've got options. Yeah, I'll do the water.
Yeah.
Which is the 12d12 for 64 damage.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Getting very close. Naboris.
Sarah.
Yes, I am. Oh, I didn't recharge. Let me see if I actually do that or not. I don't. So, we're gonna do my lightning attacks. So
Get him.
here we go.
He's stunned, so you're with the
With advantage.
advantage.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Lightning strike. 33, 29, 31.
Come on, man.
All
Give us a crit here somewhere.
No, I
Alright.
know.
Okay, so that's 25 lightning, 37 lightning, and 26 lightning.
Vonoboris fires off 3 lightning strikes, and after suffering from Rudania's beam and all of the other attacks, 1 crack, 2 crack, 3 cracks into the storm that is the form of this calamity, and it cries out into the blood-red sky, and its body begins to dissipate with cracks of light shining through. As with all of the damage you guys have applied, Link and Zelda are able to fully, dissipate, just totally eradicate and destroy, not just seal away, destroy this evil from your land.
Yeah.
It's
Yay.
over.
The place that was destroyed was the Northern Ice House. So Gerudo Town
Okay.
will have a ice crisis.
Oh.
Well, they don't even
crisis.
need it anymore because they don't even make noble pursuits anymore because they were like secretly evil.
Yeah. I was like, at first I was like, oh, it's not Gerudo Town, and then I was like, oh wait, it's not Gerudo Town.
You know, I'm so glad it wasn't any of like your families, because that would have just totally screwed up my 10 pages.
Oh my
Epilogue.
god. Yeah.
Jenna would have had to make up.
I would have had to make up the ending for you guys. But Heroes of Hyrule, cleaned up and adorned in polished, ornate clothing, you process down the courtyard path from Hyrule Castle. What was once a site of devastation and hopelessness, Castletown's ruins are serene in the daylight, devoid of monsters and hopeful of rebuilding that is to come. You set your sights on the threshold ahead, its gates opened, and you realize a crowd has formed. You parade through a sea of people who have gathered to celebrate the liberators of the land. In the golden glow of the sun, with their cheers flooding your ears, your spirits are lifted. The sacred ground ruins have been cleaned up for the celebration, and you recognize many faces around you. The faces of your families, of your friends, and of leaders of the civilizations of Hyrule. Princess, radiant as ever, stands before you with her knight, Link, at her side, carrying a legendary sword on his back. She raises her hand ever so slightly, and the roar of the crowd is silenced. There are moments in history that shape the fate of our world. Moments where courage is tested, where sacrifice is made, and where hope flickers like a candle in the wind. Hyrule has known such moments before. We have known darkness, we have known loss, but we have also known those who stand against it. Those who, even in the final hour, refuse to yield. The warriors we honor today are such souls, the 11th hour, a name that speaks of urgency, of the precipice upon which they stood, and yet, more than that, it speaks of those who held fast when all seemed lost, who did not falter when others might have, who carved a path forward, not for themselves, but for all of us. Each of you has given more than I can put into words. You have braved the unknown, fought battles not just of steel, but of heart and spirit. You have rewritten fate itself. And so, as we stand in this time of newfound peace, the peace you made possible, I ask you to look around. See the faces of those whose lives you have touched, to hear the laughter that would have been lost, to feel, even now, the weight of what you have done. Your journey may take you down different paths from here, but know this, Hyrule will never forget. Your deeds will be told in story and song for generations to come, and whenever the world stands upon the brink once more, it will look to your legacy for strength. You were heroes in the 11th hour, but even now, in the hours that follow, you remain so much more. You are friends, guardians, and legends. So let this day be one of joy. Let it be one of remembrance. And let it be a promise that no matter where the tides of time take us, we shall always honor those who stood when it mattered most. With that, an applause erupts, and cheering and whistling mix in with the noise. And now, at the conclusion of this ceremony, there are many guests in attendance who are eager to have conversations with you all. If you would like, each of you may select 1 to 2 people from anywhere in the adventure that are still alive. They are here in attendance and will give you an update on what's been going on lately or answer any questions that you may have.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
You and me both.
Jenna, you got Matt to cry. This is like historic.
It's not very historic. I cry
not
at most
very
things.
No, in D&D terms.
Sarah,
I'm
you can
just-
talk to both Isha and Des at this
Shut
ceremony.
up. Shut up.
Maybe pick the order in which you talk to them might be important, so I would watch that.
I'm not talking. Stop. Someone else should go first.
You know what? Fuck it. We'll get the party started. Let's talk to Jorak.
God damn it.
Jorak finds you guys and he is like, yo, my buds, what is up? He like grabs each of you up and you all kind of react a bit confused because this is not like a normal greeting in Hyrule at all. And he is just, I am so stoked. This is a beautiful ceremony. Look at you guys. Y'all look so fancy in your fancy clothes. Oh,
Man, I didn't
You look
realize.
smithy too, Jorak.
oh, this
I
whole
didn't
thing.
realize your game, Jorak. I'm sorry.
Now that we're out of
So, you can keep tending that forest, Jorak?
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of the plan for me. I mean, I kind of get it. I like it there at this point. It's near Kakariko. We got the Cucko Festival coming up. It's a good spot.
Yeah. Good to settle down, right?
I mean, yeah, if that's what you want to do.
Have your spot.
Yeah. I mean, like, it'd be cool if, like, maybe I got some of the mountains around there too eventually, but I don't know. I guess I'll just I will talk to the people that I guess you guys know anyway, about that.
I assume there are drinks around. I just hand him a drink and then like
He's like, hey, to be in buds.
to be in buds.
Like, all right. Who else would you guys like to talk to?
I have someone I want to talk to.
Who would you like to talk to?
Is Mova here?
Mova is here.
Oh,
I would like to talk with Mova.
I forgot
You make
about
up with
them.
Mo.
I forgot we could talk to them. I used one of my 2 on Jorak.
Yeah, you find Mova is standing here. She wants to come up and talk to you guys as well. And she says, thank you, all of you, for what you did the whole time. I'm grateful.
I will say to her, well, I'd like to thank you and apologize as well. We couldn't have gotten to this point without you either. While we were dealing with Ruda, you stopped Rudanya for a few days and prevented disaster. I was much too harsh and said things that I should not have said to you and your group. You were just doing what we were all doing your best to protect people.
Wow. Thank you for saying that, Akila. But I think that there was truth in everything you said and some lessons that we needed to learn. So thank you as well.
Hyrule's gonna need some more heroes in the future. Even now, with rebuilding, we'll need more good people like you and your group out there.
Well,
Just like with Redania and Ruda, there's not enough of 11th hour to cover everywhere. We'll need your help.
I will gladly help you guys in any way that I can. Who else would you guys like to talk to?
Talk to Isha.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Isha.
She,
You know what she has, right?
What? I know
She does not know what Isha has, actually.
she doesn't.
I
Yeah.
think seeing
Only Lydia
Inari-
knows.
Seeing Inari go up to Isha, I I like pull some rupees disgruntled out of my pocket and hand them to Lord Hannon, like as if we bet on this.
Nice.
uh, Minari, you lock eyes with Isha, and she begins to move towards you to speak with you. And she goes in for a hug to embrace you.
Inari returns it, but she's like kind of stiff about it. Like really, like it's very apparent that Inari is giving off odd vibes.
And she's like, Inari, it is so good to see you.
Yeah, Isha, it's good to see you too. How have things been in Gerudo Town?
Things have been wonderful in Gerudo Town. I mean, they really have been. I've missed you. You look beautiful today.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. You look great too.
Thank you.
Look, Isha, I think we need to talk a little bit.
Oh, brother.
No!
What do you think? What? This is Nari.
You're doing what you gotta do.
She's got Inari has to be a grown up
Right.
and fix her
You're right.
problem. I can't not do it. She wouldn't be like that.
You're right.
She says, "Oh, I agree. But you go first. What do you have?"
I know we had that whole conversation about the future, and at the time, I was just happy that you were okay. I think I made a rash statement. Isha, you're a great person, but I don't think I'm going to go back to Gerudo Town.
I can understand that. I guess, where does that leave us?
Your whole life is there. You're more Gerudo than I think I'll ever be. And you've always been an amazing friend, and I admit that I did like you for a very long spell. But traveling has changed me a little bit, and I think that there's still a lot for me to do. And I don't want to string you along further when you could be finding someone who's going to be able to be by your side. And I don't think that person is me.
Oh, Desert Rose, I understand. I think that timing just was not on our side, but I did make this for you. And she pulls out a little jewelry box from her business from I don't even remember what it's called. And she hands it to you and she says, "Please have this as a gift. The sapphire. It represents your tie to your water magic and cold magic. So I just want you to have it anyway. It's beautiful like you are.
Oh. And Nari, probably for one of the few times visibly in the campaign, is her eyes are gonna well up, and she's going to kind of burst into tears a little bit as she kind of just grabs Isha and hugs her close one final time.
You guys hug, and she says, "Enjoy the celebration, and say hi whenever you visit."
Of course.
Okay.
You too.
I have someone I want to talk to.
Who would you like to talk to next, Lydian?
I would like to go and talk to the tallest Zora in the room, Prince Sidon,
Sidon
if he's
is
available.
yes. And he says, "Ah, Lydian, one of all of Hyrule's greatest heroes."
I could say the same thing just for you, Sidon. Did you happen to get my note that I sent?
Matt, please remind me the contents of your note. I'm so sorry.
I sent him a letter like a while ago.
I also included like a little note from Natara too.
Yes.
Just apologizing for like being crass and stuff.
Of course I received it. HPS caught up with me, well after I had left, but thank you. I appreciate it very greatly.
You know, it takes an entire continent to keep evil and hate out of it, and I came off a little bit harsh to you and the people of Zora's domain, and I want you to do your best to spearhead what you think is right in the world, because I trust your compass.
Thank you, Lydian. That has emboldened me to do what I was already considering doing, which is going back to Zora's domain and reforming it, making the society better. You 5 have opened my eyes, and I know that there are Zora in the domain that also agree. We will make the land there a better place for all Zora and all people as well, of course.
I'll put a wing on his shoulder and say, you know, Sidon, this whole time, the people that ticked me off the most were just the most honest, which is something that I kept saying was my highest value, and you've really shown a mirror up to me, so I appreciate you.
Friend, come visit sometime.
Of course.
You are always welcome. All of you, always welcome. In my Zora's domain.
That's all I got.
Who else? Natara, I think that you still have to go for your first.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether I want to talk to Avala or my parents.
Or who?
Like Natara's parents.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
I'll talk to Avala.
Avala seeks you out immediately following the ceremony because she, other than your parents, really doesn't know anybody else here and only came to see you and your friends. And she runs up to you and hugs you, and it's just like, Natara, this was so beautiful. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
So, are you coming back home?
I think so. Yeah, I will. Yeah, go back to Lurelin.
At least for a little bit. Yeah, I, my assistant teaching has been going well, and I'm going to be starting soon as a full professor at LearnLin eventually, so be cool if you were around to see that and maybe support me at a couple of my first classes.
Of course, that's so exciting.
I mean, not as exciting as what you did. Oh my gosh, everybody saw all of the divine beasts and what was going on. That was crazy. You're crazy.
It certainly felt crazy.
Well, enjoy the rest of the party. I'll see you soon.
Thanks.
All right. Who's next? One more from each. Or you can leave it at the one, because I said one.
Is Onara present?
Onara is present. Basically, anybody who has the capacity to be present, and that they are not dead or imprisoned, or trapped somewhere in some way, is present.
Or
So
trapped
no
somewhere.
combo with good old mom.
Is Ron here though? Is Dad here?
Oh
Is
yeah.
there a body of water?
Is there a body of water present?
If there's a body of water present, he can be summoned here.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus on Onara, I think, for my last chat.
And Ari, congratulations.
I mean, it's not much.
God.
So humble. What a hero.
I mean, I don't think I would have been here without you, though. So that makes you a hero. How has Gerudo Town been since I was, kicked out?
It has been pleasant. Not because, of course, because you were kicked out, but things have been good there without the threats from the Yiga or the Divine Beast. It is a wonderful time of peace brought on by you.
A lot of my friends. It was all of us.
Well,
Um,
you are all respected in Gerudo Town.
even Lord Hannon?
By me, Lord Hannon is respected.
Good. How's Mom doing?
Your Va
Yeah, I didn't notice.
was granted freedom, but refused it. I think it would do her well, and you well, to visit her.
I want to. I don't know. I used to question why you wanted me to go out and see the world, and now I've seen so much of it that it feels almost impossible to go back. But I will.
I know you will. Anyone as strong as you is capable.
And Pokey, I'm going to catch up with her, but before I do, how's Pokey
Pokey
been
is
doing?
excellent.
Oh?
The watering hole is so popular.
That's good. Very proud of her. Just to let you know, I did use Zora. I have gotten to speak that this entire time. So
Excellent.
It was helpful.
Well,
I apologize.
Go ahead.
I apologize for fighting you on that for a very long time.
All languages are important, especially Zora. They have a lot of wisdom.
They do. They do. I think the Zora in our group is probably the most wise person I've ever met. So you're not wrong. But
Well,
I might not be back for a while. And Ari is like looking at Des out of the corner of her eye. But when I come to visit, I'll have to stop by and say hello.
please do. And though you've never had like any kind of like physical, touch relationship with your mentor that has been like a mother to you, she does hug you because she is so proud. Who's next?
I have one other one.
Okay.
Are any HPS workers there, or are they working?
They're present. Anybody you need to speak to is present.
Can I seek out Emia?
Emia is here.
Yeah.
You guys love talking to like past flames.
Well,
What?
it's
Yeah.
closure, you know? It's closure.
Yeah.
She
It's the day after the apocalypse. Let me find my ex real quick.
Dude, oh my gosh.
She has been shyly trying to make eye contact with you, and when you guys do, she does approach and she says, "Hey, Lydian, it's really good to see you. Congratulations, you look great. Everybody looks great."
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad that you made it and you could celebrate with us and everybody. I just wanted to thank you for being with us for the first leg of this journey. I mean, you're an important part for all of us, for the group, for me, for my like growth and development. It's I just, you know, even though you are an HPS worker, I was just a bard and now I'm a hero, and I wanted to embolden you and let you know that you don't have to, you don't have to go on a grand adventure to be extraordinary. You are just the way you are.
Thank you. That's very kind to say. And truthfully, I don't really want or need to be a hero or anything extraordinary. I just wanted to be of value, I guess, in the eyes of my incredible family. So I really am still sorry for my stories, my fabrications.
It's no bother. I mean, it's all dust in the wind now.
Well,
It's, we could put the worst of us behind us and move forward in a great direction.
I agree. Friends?
Yeah, I'll give her a big hug.
Very nice. Who else?
I think Natara would find Galonk to check in on how. And because she started the adventure.
That is true. In this time, Galonk has been refurbishing the Spring of Power to make pilgrimages with Gorons from Goron City to this place. So, Ben, if you don't mind being Galonk for one more time.
Never mind. Sister! Fully lifts you up into the air. Puts you down.
I'm not brother.
Not now.
Natara will be like, brother! But not like this. She cannot.
No. I want to say thank you once again. Goron City, we've got I think a good thing going. You really helped us out. You helped me out. You helped the Gorons in Goron City. Goron City. I love Goron City, my hometown. After all, you gotta love your hometown. We've got the Spring of Power restored, and I've led some folks down there a few times, and I think that part of our rebuilding is rebuilding our connection to the earth.
I agree. I'm happy to hear that you are doing well.
So, are you gonna come visit us?
Of course. I will definitely come visit you.
Well,
In the Spring of Power.
we'll set up the finest rock roast.
Sounds good. Natara will not eat any of the rock.
Gonk doesn't need to know that.
No. Can Natara have found I don't know. I want to give Galonk a nice rock, kind of like he gave her one. I feel like she probably at some point came across one. I feel like she would give it.
What does Natara see as a nice rock to give Galonk?
I'd say it's probably like maybe something that was like in the water, so it's smooth. Like it's been like kind of eroded away a little bit. Hand that over.
I also figure this is some rock that's like not from Eldon, so it's like
That's
a
true,
kind of
yeah.
rock that Galank has like never seen before. He's like, oh, well this is beautiful. Where'd you find this?
I don't know, somewhere in the water. I don't know where Natara would have been. I don't know where she's been since any of this.
She can have been wherever you like.
Yeah, anywhere.
I mean, probably somewhere in Lurelin, we'll say.
Okay.
Oh my. The beauty and power of the goddess Din really, really does stretch from end to end of the world. Thank you.
All right. Who else?
I want to talk with our oldest and dearest friend, Miss Fosia.
Lani Fosia is here. She approaches and goes over to you, Akila, and she kind of just like pats you on your shoulder and is like, I knew you were a good one, Akila.
It's funny you should say that, Miss Fosia. I didn't obviously know your adventuring history or your role in the greater history of Hyrule, but looking back at this adventure, I couldn't have possibly gotten up to the Great Plateau without your gift. And a corrupted core seems like a strange thing for you to hold on to. Did you know what you were doing?
Akila. I always know what I'm doing.
Well, truly, I could not have done any of this without you and your support and your help for our friends. Both at the beginning, middle, and end of this adventure.
Well, I knew I placed my trust well. And I trust, as well, that you will restore the stables to not just be what they were, but better.
Oh yes, I've got many, many plans.
Excellent. Everything is in good hands, then. Thank you for saving Hyrule.
What's next in your book? Retiring to Lurelin?
Probably retiring, as I have been, back at Sanadin Park Ruins. Perhaps that will be rebuilt in the reconstruction of Hyrule. I will see it as I saw it as a young girl.
I'm sure we can lend a hand with that as well. That's it. I don't really have much else. I realized, like, very suspicious that this this old woman.
God, all the
She seemed to
retirees-
know all the right moves.
All the retirees going to Lurelin, they're flipping it red.
The Florida of Hyrule.
Florida of Hyrule.
It really
They call
is.
it.
I want to go and find where, definitely not at the party, but definitely still here, is Hyrule.
Hyrule is nearby because as this party is taking place around the Sacred Ground ruins, he is over in Castletown, just a couple feet away, already examining some of the ruins. And Lorhannon, you seek him out. He is sketching in his book and kind of hears you approaching, doesn't look up, and he says, "Yes."
Is it as good as you imagined?
No, I can definitely make this better than it was. I am very happy to be here. Thank you, guys, for clearing it for me. I am going to be very busy.
Well, your help was monumental. So I hope that you feel good.
Yes, I
I've
believe.
learned
Hmm?
that I've learned that it feels good to do the right thing.
Yes, well, I shall forgive all of you for the early termination of my apprenticeship. Uh, for what you have done. This is a far greater experience than I could have had in the domain. But yes, I believe I will be greatly involved in the rebuild efforts here, especially in Castletown, but potentially the castle as well, should the princess have me.
I'm sure she'll need someone of your expertise.
Thank you very much, Lord Hannon. You flatter me. Is that everybody? Everybody has gone twice?
Yep.
All right. With that, I scroll back up. Following the festivities of that day, we find our heroes first traveling the land again, using their teleportation to connect the people of Hyrule in an effort to aid in the rebuilding efforts, because the work of a hero is never done. However, a few months later, we find 11th Hour rejoined once again in Rito Village to celebrate a wedding, this time for their dear friend Lydian and his partner Ionia. The lovebirds have the most beautiful ceremony, accompanied by all original music. The party continues into the night, but you find the five of you have a chance to convene for a moment. There are many plans in the works for each of you, and though you've all been asked to join the Hyrule court, Lydian has accepted and plans to use the opportunity to further research magic in search of bringing magical healing back to the land, hoping his fey nature can be of assistance. Inari has also accepted and gotten Des a position as well, and the two are lined up to begin working with Link in development of a new Hyrule military. Meanwhile, Aquila has just recently had a breakthrough in redeveloping the teleportation systems of the stables and intends to continue her work not only bringing them back online, but improving them to be better than ever. As for Natara, something has been tugging at her heart. The knowledge that those two children escaped the Yiga clan hideout and are somewhere in Hyrule has been plaguing her, and she needs to fully dedicate her attention to tracking them down to help them. With everyone else being pulled in different directions, Lorhanan too has his own plans and feels he will only find answers in the solitude
Lorhanan
of the
too.
most... Stop. And feels he will only find answers in the solitude of the most remote places in the land. You all look to each other for a moment at this party, knowing this might be goodbye for a little while.
Congratulations, Lydian. You make an excellent
you.
couple.
Thank you. I genuinely could not have found her without you guys. Can we bring it in for a group hug or something? This feels weird.
Yeah, yeah. We'll do that. And Inari is gonna do bear hug everyone in the circle with her big long arms.
I feel like I would die in this bear hug. The amount of 20 strength people in this bear hug is dangerous for me, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
But yes, I will. Akil will join in the bear hug.
Yeah.
Of course, Natara is going to.
Yeah.
Aquila, I know we butted heads a lot when we were traveling and everything, but you taught me so much about myself. I just wanted to call it out, especially because we, obviously the whole music versus technology thing just batters back and forth the most, and I don't know. Thanks.
I certainly learned a lot from you as well, Lydian. I feel like I'm hopefully a little less cold these days. I feel like I'll have to come up with a way for us to keep in touch. Something like those sending stones that Lydian has with Lo.
Oh yeah, maybe like a 5-way sending stone or something.
You'll have to, because if anyone ever needs any help, I'm always there. I'm bonded to you all, after all, so that's never going away.
I'll be around Hyrule for probably the next couple months or so, just going from stable to stable, checking in on things. But afterwards, if I don't see you again, you can probably find me at Dueling Peaks.
Yeah, me and Ionia need a place to settle down. Maybe Natara, your map and navigation skills can help me pick out a good spot to settle down.
So, like,
Homesteading, exciting.
Yeah, are you guys thinking of having kids?
I don't know. Maybe. It depends where everything falls, but
Just because I know we talked about, like, you know, like the whole like Rito thing, and so I'm just, you know, I'm very happy for you both, no matter what.
I find it frustratingly full circle that, like, I wanted to distance myself from my parents and from Cass and everything, and now I'm finding myself settling back down, and after having traveled and everything, and I'm finding myself doing the same thing that Cass did, settling down and all, and being like exhausted from traveling when I was so ready to chomp at the bit for traveling more. I mean, you all know we've seen enough of the world.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen quite enough just yet, but to be fair, I can't fly. I can't fly, so it's gonna take a little longer for me to do that.
You can.
Well, yeah, true. I can.
Yeah.
Well, no matter where we all end up and I end up, I mean, you guys are my favorite home.
Oh.
I'm just a teleport to a shrine away.
And you know, Des and I are all going to need you all to visit at some point to contribute your battle tactics and approach to the training of the new guard.
Make
Especially,
sure you guys stay focused on training, though.
what else would I be focused on, Lydian?
With that, I don't know. I mean, you could focus on whatever you want, I guess.
and Ari cracks up and just like slaps him on the back and he's like, "That was just my sort of idea."
Next year? No, that's how I wouldn't actually say that, but maybe he's thinking it.
Especially
I'd love to
like,
stop by the castle. Sorry, you were saying.
And you know, too, that this Sheikah Slate is going right in Princess Zelda's hands. It is going in safe hands, so this technology will not be used as an iPad for any potential fledgling if we might have.
Right.
Good, I'm
Zelda.
happy.
Yep. Lord Hannon is toxic and doesn't tell anyone where he's going. So.
I mean, Inari was straight up just about to ask you.
There you go. He's just like, thank you. Hug.
Yeah. And then Inari will like look at Lord Hannon. She's like, I expect you to visit first.
Feel free to write. The HPS will find me.
Right.
Lord Hannon, I know you well. I'll find you first with scrying.
Wait, but he has the anti-scrying thing, doesn't he?
You're right. I don't know if he's attuned to it.
I'm not wearing it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't. He doesn't. He's not so toxic that he doesn't. Period. Want you to know where he is, but so he will not go out of his way to prevent scrying.
Well, that's sweet of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get into an elaborate hide and seek game, but like the scope of the hide and seek is an entire continent.
Yeah, essentially, yes.
Lord Hannon, I have to thank you for opening my mind as well while we're here. If I don't see you for an extended period of time, which it seems like that might be the case wherever you're going.
Yeah, you as well. I mean, you have shown more bravery than anyone, and
No, you've shown more bravery than anyone.
and I thought that Gerudo just sat in their little town and kept themselves closed off.
And I thought Iga just indiscriminately murdered and were insanely evil, and it's nice to know that that's not the case. She's messing with you a little bit. She's like, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good for us to get out of the desert.
Definitely.
I'm glad that it brought us together.
I am too.
I have one last thing to Natara, and I would say on the note of defying expectations, I have to laud you for being a better archer than my entire village, which is made of archers. You are by far the best archer that I've ever seen. So continue to shoot on the straight and narrow, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate your wisdom, which was sorely lacking in the rest of the group, and I don't know if we would have lived if you were not a part of our little gang, so...
We would have been lost spiritually and physically.
And physically, definitely. Especially in that sacred realm. Oh my god.
That would have been rough.
That is one place I'm never traveling.
No.
I don't know how.
No one's going back there.
That place sucks. We should seal it off.
We should destroy that gate.
Well, I hear that there are others, so we have to find all of those too.
So somber. This is supposed to be a party.
I know, but it's...
Morhannon pulls a Bilbo and casts Greater Restoration and disappears.
Oh, where'd it go?
Or Greater Invisibility and disappears.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
Well, if we're 18th level, if he's still within 30 feet of me, I know exactly.
Just hug an invisible space.
Yep.
Use my knife to immediately cast Fairy Fire.
Fair enough.
Oh.
All right, you win this. You win this round.
All right. Continental hide and seek begins now. Disperse.
No. Come on. One more night of drinks and celebration first.
All right. I can agree to that.
Plus, if we're all hungover, Lord Hannon will probably be in the best state, and he can get a head start on us then.
True. All right. Breakfast gang. Lydian and friends are working on it. It's been a pleasure.
I expect to see you all at the next board meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Morhannon will send Galank as a proxy.
So the party continues. You guys drink, celebrate, reminisce, and then part ways. And following another Rito wedding, Lydian and Ionia honeymoon on Dragon Roost Island, of which Ionia is more than enthusiastic to show Lydian every corner. They eventually return and make a home within Hyrule Castle alongside Inari and Des. Moved in, lesbians, let's go, who are hard at work laying the foundation for the new guards of Hyrule, which is where we find our hero now. Inari, you are about to have one of the first meetings for establishing the new Hyrule military. Before you walk in, Des turns to you and squeezes both of your hands, saying, "Hey, Desert Rain, don't be nervous. Get excited. You've seen more of Hyrule's different guards and warriors than anyone. We're gonna draw on that spring of knowledge you have in there and create the best, most intersectional military Hyrule has ever seen." You're gonna unite people.
Couldn't do it without you. And she'll squeeze her hand back. Desert green.
This
Do
is
you like that one? Thank you.
Really
that's
cute.
why Ganon won. We didn't have a woke military.
Mhm.
For real.
You guys go in, and it's time for you to give your pitch to Zelda and Link.
And Ari's like standing like back, hands behind her back, like except it's like it kind of extremely stiff, like and she is going to look at the space in between Zelda and Link's heads so that she's not staring at them at all and being really nervous about it. It is time for Hyrule to rebuild. And while we might wish for peace forever, unfortunately, as we all know, danger is always around the corner. Des and I have seen military tactics from all across Hyrule and its many peoples. I think it is time that we combine those into one force that can do the most good. What better way to inspire connection among all of Hyrule's various peoples than to make sure that the people defending Hyrule itself are made up of all of them?
You give this pitch. Zelda seems delighted. Link doesn't seem super interested in general. Nothing really changes for that. But Zelda tells you, or Zelda decides after hearing your pitch and asking questions, and you and Des able to answer every single one of them, to appoint the two of you the first generals of the new order of the Hyrulean army. She also tells you that Link has elected to remain her personal knight, but she is inspired to have leaders such as you guys.
Yay.
You come out of the pitch and Des hugs you and she's like, oh, you were amazing in there.
You were too. And Inaria is going to like sweep her into like the most romantic, like wedding style dip kiss you've ever seen in your entire life. Like
They stepped out of the meeting and immediately were like, okay, time to get it on.
Also,
Thank
like,
God
this
we're
is
sober.
the biggest dip ever. This is the tallest dip kiss of all time.
yeah, Inari possibly strains her back trying to do this, but it's necessary.
As Inari is laying the groundwork for a more unified Hyrule, Keela has been making Hyrule more connected than ever. Though it was requested by Zelda that she begin her system improvements with the most central stables, the time has finally come to set up shop at home. Dueling Peak Stable is next. The time has finally come. Oh, I read that already. And that is where we find our hero now. Keela, though you're still at a distance, with your new ancient tech ear, you can hear your mother call for your father as she sees you arriving on the mechanical horseback. Ever perceptive as you are, just before turning onto Big Twin Bridge, you see a small structure down the way across Little Twin Bridge that wasn't there last you were here. You refocus your attention to navigating Big Twin Bridge and add it to your mental list of necessary infrastructure improvements. Perhaps you can tackle this while you're here working on the stable. Not Akala, holy shit. Akila, dear, your mother says as she and Ikem approach. Put this on, and she hands you a blindfold. You just stay on horseback, sweetheart, your father says. We have a surprise for you. And listening with your mechanical ear, you hear them direct your steed across Big Twin, then Little Twin, and eventually come to a stop. Go ahead, open your eyes, Remo says, failing to contain her excitement. And as you do, you dismount and approach a humble hut. The raw materials remind you of the very home you grew up in down the way. Above the door is a carefully hand-painted sign that reads Directo Ferros' Ancient Tech Lab. Now, we understand it's not much, Ikem starts. Maybe this can be a, prototype, like you always make.
I burst into tears and hug my family.
Your parents hug you and they're like, oh, it's okay. And kind of lead you inside and show a desk the desk construction is better than the actual hut itself. It seems that this was probably started a long time ago and was probably designed to be like in your old home, but with the construction of this, it's been moved to here. And it's very humble, but a very sweet gift from your parents. What do you think?
It's amazing. It's a perfect foundation. I couldn't have asked for anything else. Thank you.
And Remo says, well, you know, as you're here, I know you're here to work on the stable, but I hope you'll join us for meals and maybe spend a little extra time before you move on to the next stable.
My goddess, there's nothing I'd rather want than a home-cooked meal. Do you have any idea how many bananas I've had over the last 3 months?
Your mother's like, many bananas? Why? Why those specifically? Aren't they only down in Farron?
It's a really long story.
And from the desk within Aquila, Aquila has an inspirational view of Dueling Peaks Mountains and the valley that divides them. Much like the valley of Gerudo Canyon Pass, where Natara has been on the trail of 2 Yiga child soldiers that escaped the fall of the Yiga clan. Her journey has led her to the dangerous overhead plank walkways from when this was an active excavation site centuries ago. Worried that the kids could get hurt in a place like this, she finally spots them, cornered by a pack of wasteland coyotes. And that is where we find our hero now. Natara, you leap into action, firing a few well-placed arrows to scare off the beasts, and arrive just in time before the pair can get away. You know you found the right individuals by their ripped and filthy outfits, the red coloration present but barely visible. They use their masks as hats to shade themselves from the harsh desert sun, so you can see their faces plainly. A boy and a girl, both Hylian and around the age of 13. The girl bravely steps towards you and says, "Stay back, miss. I have a blowgun, and it's totally loaded with poison that'll kill you, whatever you are."
Poison that will kill you.
This is the bravest child soldier ever.
I
Go ahead.
I am not here to harm you. And she'll like put down her bow.
With your excellent perception, Natara, you recognize that these children are starving. Who knows how long it's been since they've had a proper meal, if ever, considering the only sustenance where they came from was mighty bananas. They look to you fearfully.
I don't know. I mean, I guess food on. She's trying to.
Your audio kind of cut out. Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I guess Natara probably would have food with her if she's been trying to track them down for a while. I don't know. Probably she has like or something, and she'll like hand it over to. Like, you look hungry.
The kids eye it and are just, they hesitate for only a moment, but their stomachs get the best of them, and they approach and they devour the food that you've provided, eyeing you ever cautiously.
You don't want to be like. Because I feel like in the situation where, like, where, like, there.
Oh, hang on. I'm sorry, I'm not getting your full audio. Did you say that again?
Natara's just trying to figure out what exactly to say.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Well,
because like,
go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like she knows, like, kind of that they're off on, like, I don't know. She knows more about them than they know that she knows about them.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of work your way and up into conversation with them. You find out the boy is 13 years old and currently called Akkad. The girl is 14 years old and called Katla currently. Um, they are both extremely mistrusting. They're hungry and respond to the food. And as Natara discovers this new family, Lorhannon has been discovering the one he already has, as Coria has been tortured by his relentless conversations as he drags her around Hyrule. From Eldin to Hebra, Lorhannon has brought Coria to every isolated corner of the world, much to her frustration. All the while, she has been exhausting her quips to berate him for forcing her to play a role in bringing harm to Calamity Ganon. Finally, he has made it back to the Lost Woods, successfully navigated its warped visions of his individual past, and returned, expecting to find destruction from the battle, but instead has come upon a garden of mushrooms. Mycelial structures sprawl over the places that were infected with malice a year ago, creating a mycological haven. And that is where we find our hero now, Morhannon. A smile creeps across your face as you see a land teeming with life where Coria once sought to bring ruin. The thought of the Koroks also comes to mind, though you don't see any presently. Alice, you've felt the hottest springs and seen the highest point in Hyrule. You've traveled to the most isolated corners of the land, only isolated from the destruction of Ganon's most beautiful creatures, but you are still empty handed. There is nothing here for you. There never has been anything for you.
Coria, don't you think that seeing all these places is better? You don't think it's better to have tall mountains to climb, to have hot springs to bathe in? You'd rather that it was all just gone.
She doesn't respond to you right away. Instead, she responds to something else going on around you. She says, This, this cannot be life from death. She's talking about the mushrooms that have grown from where the malice was. It's not natural. It's not the way.
It's the way that you are, Coria.
I don't understand.
You ought to be dead right now.
He is gone. Without him, I am trapped in this form forever. And you made me play a role in his end. I am miserable, Callus. I don't want to feel this way any longer. It exhausts me.
I'd prefer you didn't feel that way either. It's not a good place to be.
I do not know where to go from here. I do not know any other way to be.
Well, I took a long time to learn it myself. What I needed was some friends, and maybe I can be one to you.
I can't say I know what that would entail, but perhaps I could begin by addressing you as your friends do. Lorhannon.
You know, I haven't heard that name in a while. Thank you. What would you like to see next?
What would you like to see next? I would like to see the Forgotten Sword Lynels. I enjoy watching Lynels.
Right.
I do not know how to be sorry. I know how to lie about being sorry, but I do not know how one is meant to feel sorry. Perhaps that is something you may also help me with. Should I allow you?
We'll take as much time as you need.
Lorhannon isn't the only member of 11th Hour that one could find lurking in the corners of the world, as Aquila has spent all much of her time all over for the past couple of years as she occasionally makes excursions in search of Guardian parts for her ancient tech projects. An easy feat since all of the constructs have been without function for a long time without Ganon's malicious magic to man them. I will also point out that as I transition through each person, as long if it wasn't already clear, there's increasing amounts of time passing in between each of these vignettes. On mechanical horseback once again, with a large wagon of Guardian parts in tow, Aquila rides, crossing under Dueling Peak Mountains, where the structure of a new tech lab is being constructed high above. Dueling Peak's Ancient Tech Lab. 2.0, of course. And that is where we find our hero now, Aquila. This time, as you return home, there is more than just your family waiting for you. Laying on the doorstep of your current ancient tech lab, like a patient pet dog, is your oversized companion, LG. They perk up at the sight of you, and with lanky guardian limbs flailing, rush to greet you. The whistle of their voice are deeper than they were in their smaller form. You know LG has had their own responsibilities since the time you saved them from the Lost Woods. They guarded Link as he recovered, and then was relocated to Hyrule Castle to help eliminate the lingering monsters not of Ganon that had made homes within its depths. It seems the little guardian has made their way back to you after all this time.
Well, look who it is. Glad to see you, my friend.
Though you're still mounted on your steed, LG nuzzles your leg and walks alongside you the rest of the way, singing a happy tune. Once you reach your destination, you take your eyes off of them for just a moment to dismount, and by the time you turn back around, LG is caught red-handed trying to place an ancient gear inside its body cavity. They freeze.
You know, there's a limited supply of those now. But you are successfully defending the seat of all power in Hyrule, so I guess you can have a gear as a treat.
LG, when you first started to speak, began to lower the gear sadly, and as soon as you say that and give him the green light, body cavity shoots open, gears inside, and it shuts again very rapidly.
Do they feed you at all at Hyrule Castle?
LG just kind of whistles without really giving an answer. They help Aquila unload and organize the ancient parts she's collected, preparing them for fabrication by another original schematic of her design. As Aquila returns home, so too does Inari, as it is finally time to brave Gerudo Town. Seeking closure, she takes a step away from her duties at Hyrule Castle, though she was mostly convinced to do so by her wife, Des, begging to see the desert city. After a long journey with the Sheikah General immediately complaining of the heat, the two of them arrive, and that is where we find our hero now, Inari. You have received the audience with Lady Riju. You saw it almost immediately, as pulling Des away from Lorne's Market would have broken your heart. But now you find yourself in the presence of the leader of your people. Vasak champion Inari, honors us to have you here today. What do we owe the pleasure?
I have a lot of unfinished business I need to take care of, but before I do that, I thought it best that I return some things that were never supposed to be mine in the first place. Put an end to it all. And Inari will unsheath the scimitar of the seven, and she will pull Daybreaker off of her back, and she will kneel before Riju and place both of those items on the floor.
Are you certain you wish to part with these relics? They have served you well in your quests to help your people and all people of Hyrule. You have the right to them.
My people are the people of Hyrule. It's time for someone dedicated to Gerudo Town to wield these. And that is not me.
Very well. Uliara, please return the Scimitar of the Seven and Daybreaker to their pedestals, and have the plaques rewritten to include the second champion of the Blade and Shield, Champion Inari Nerelis.
Oh, thank you. It doesn't really feel right to have my name underneath Urbosa's, but it feels good nonetheless.
It is deserved, nonetheless. Would you like to visit your Va before your departure? She has remained in the prison below for all this time.
Yes, I have some unfinished business with her that I probably should take care of. And she'll
Very well.
bow and start to walk towards the prison.
Sarkso.
Saxo.
Inari, you need not be escorted by a guard, as you know your way around the prison. You pass by guards Lucan and Rip as you navigate the sandstone cavern. They appear surprised to see you, but do not move to stop you in any way. It is down here you find your Va, Ferosa, gaunt and distant. Savak, Vivi. Make yourself comfortable. What brings you down here?
I wanted to say hello to my Va. Why else would I be down here?
There have been many things I've wanted to say to you, but they all escape me now. Know that it brings me joy to see you well.
That puts Inari really off guard. She, kind of tilts her head. Why did you not leave the prison when you were granted the chance to? You don't have to be here.
You know, I could not do what you did. You are stronger than I ever gave you credit for.
Oh, thank you, I guess. Is this some sort of penance, then?
If that is how you perceive it, then yes.
Well, I don't know if you know, but Pokey's taking mighty fine care of the noble canteen.
I've heard it is called the watering hole now.
Yeah, something about the Noble Pursuit name is probably... The connotation is a little not good for business.
Understandably so.
And
Go ahead.
Inari will walk close to the bars of the prison and Sal, and she will slip her hands through and offer one of them to her mother. Or her Va.
Your Va, with a very, bony, frail hand, reaches up and squeezes your hand. It is a very slight squeeze. There's not a lot of strength that she has.
You'll have to get out of here eventually. You have a daughter-in-law to meet at some point, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to tear her away from the market to come down here.
Des kind of followed you, but kind of is hovering back over by the guards. And Ferosa kind of leans forward to look down the way, and she calls, Vasak to Gerudo Town. I hope you enjoy your time here. Inari, make sure you take your wife out from this dark place and let her find happiness in our colorful city streets.
She's been doing that the entire time. I think the first thing she said to me is that she wanted to go to Gerudo Town, so.
Wife, Saoten Veve, that is wonderful news.
It's just Inari, still being very unsettled, is going to give her her Va's hand another squeeze. You should allow yourself to see that sunlight sometime soon too. And she'll retract her hand.
Sarkso, I will in time. Subway.
Work.
Inari and Des enjoy the rest of their visit. They stay at Hotel Oasis, purchase some Gerudo weapons for Des's collection, and Des even drags Inari to one of Ashai's relationship classes so they can joke about it later. They spend most of the time at the Watering Hole, formerly the Noble Canteen, now managed by Pokey, who's doing very well now. And of course, Inari stops by to visit Onara, who is so excited and proud of the work her former mentee is doing at Hyrule Castle. Though the relationship between Inari and her mother was always difficult, Lydian is determined to be a loving and supportive father to the 4 chicks he's raising with Ionia. Tara, Keela, Lore, and Nari. They are a rambunctious bunch, fill the skies around Hyrule Castle with melodic tunes when they aren't in search of keys to battle in the East and West passages. Ionia herself has filled time acting as a trainer for young recruits, though newly enlisted soldiers don't stand a chance against her regime. All the while, Lydian has been trying to figure out how to unlock healing magic. With his unrestricted access to the rebuilt library and better understanding of what being a Fey creature means, it's only a matter of time before he has a breakthrough. But after another hard day at work, he returns home in the castle to his family's chambers, and that is where we find our hero now. Lydian, your wife, chicks, and Blink Dog are excited for your return. Your dinner is brought to you. Your dinner is brought to you by the castle staff, though you sometimes miss cooking for yourself. No one else seems to know how to cook with real charisma these days. Nonetheless, after a nice meal, your flock is getting sleepy, and as you put them to bed, little Nari says, "Papa, will you play us a bedtime song?"
Hold on. Am I... Oh, Discord's lagging.
Oh no.
Am I...
You're good.
I don't know if you can hear this or not, but I wrote a song. I'm going to keep the chord simple, but it's a lullaby. Just a village bird, writing all the songs unheard. He met 11th hour at the Great Plateau. Just a stable gal, tinkering and breaking down. She met 11th hour at the Great Plateau. A Yiga and a guard on leave realize they've been deceived. A Zora who can read a map, they go on and on and on and on. Hyrule's waiting. Stables missing teleporters, LG, Sheikah, Flower Blight. Save Cree, Lorlin. Ancient peace within the ocean, fighting. Yiga almost died. Auntie Laura, the noble canteen. 11th hour stops the scheme. After slaying Thunderblight, they're banned for life. Guardians of Leho. Nadra up on Mount Lanayru. Ovaruda and the Lionel camp, it goes on and on and on and on. Meltdown, Bogey. Get revenge upon the Yiga mazes. Meadow travel time. Fairies, Ozy. Sacred realm entrapping prophets, Ganon's castle bow of light. Hyrule's heroes. Banish evil back to hiding in the 11th hour. Hyrule's heroes. Banish evil back to hiding in the 11th hour. That's what I got.
Wow,
Lydian's
incredible.
babies harmonize under his vocals, and somehow only Ionia is lulled to sleep. He is not the only hero who has been caring for Young in recent years. As Natara returned to her net weaving shop in Lorland City with her two adopted teens. They've each taken new names for themselves, like their uncle Lorhanan, because they no longer wish to be tied to the Yiga clan. The boy, now called Etan, and the girl, now called Enue, are both effectively Natara's shadows. Quarters have been tight at the Zora sisters' shared home, with the addition of two Hylian teenagers, and though they never complained about having a roof over their heads, the partially submerged unit isn't an ideal fit for their race. With Avala's full-time teaching position at Lurnlin, she has been looking at homes to purchase in South Deep for herself, and while Lurlin is wonderful, Natara has set her eyes on a lake island in Akala, where she witnessed construction activities occurring during an educational trip with the kids to visit the Citadel ruins. Their belongings have been packed and the sold sign has been posted outside, and that is where we find our hero now. Natara, this isn't goodbye for you and your beloved sister. It's see you later. You watch her give her niece and nephew warm hugs and encourage them to stay out of trouble before turning to you. Natara, I know we were separated for a long time, but having you home has been nice. I wish we didn't have to part ways again, but you're so young, not even a century and a half old. We have so much time to catch up later.
We have all the time in the world. And, I can get back here in the blink of an eye, if anything.
Of course. And Latan and Enue are going to love their new home. Harneytown, was it?
Terrytown.
You guys will have a great time.
I'm very, very excited to
Marda, time to go! Enune calls to you. The Zora word means mother and guardian, and it warms your heart to hear these young ones call you that.
I'm coming.
And you teleport with the two kids and all their belongings on to set up a new home for yourselves in Terrytown. And as Natara and her kids make their way to their new home, Lorhanan himself has made a rare return to civilization, seeking a home for himself. Seeing Kakariko as a suitable place to land, he makes a return to the woods above the village, to the place where his patron once resided. And that is where we find our hero now, Lorhanan. With the great fairy of truth, secrets, and healing gone, the land is clear. The town is nearby, but you are still separated. As you assess the plot as a location to build your future, you feel something land on your head. Swatting at it, a few rupees fall to the ground, and Jorak Jr. reappears on the ground in front of you. No! Bud, you found Jorak Jr. The unmistakable voice of Jorak calls out. He has a white chic beard of his own now. What's up, Lorhanan? Though the sentence is a question, it is not phrased like one. You're just staring at grass? I like to do that sometimes too.
I'm thinking of building a small home here. Would that be okay on your place?
Yeah, Definitely, of course. I mean, like, these woods are great, Of course, I have been here for a very long time, but kind of have a bit more in the region now. I got Pierre Plateau up that way. I got Bonoru's stand. I'm making waves in the world, as they say.
Yeah, the world is glad to have you.
You as well. What is up? What is going on? What is new?
How long has it been since I've seen Jorak?
Years. A good couple of years.
Oh, traveling probably to other places with other, caretakers. Up through Eldon and Mount Hebra and.
Oh yeah, we definitely got a lot of those everywhere. But that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool.
Sure.
But
I'm showing my sister around and I tap my sword.
oh, cool. Where's she at?
She's in the sword.
She's in the sword?
Yes.
He kind of like bends down and like gets close to the sword and goes, "Hi, Lorhanon's sister." Coria goes, "What is that?"
He's Jorak. We entertain him.
Okay, understood. So like, what are you looking to do here in Kakariko? Why land here if you've been everywhere? You missed your bud? Is that what it is? You missed me, your bud?
No, I have to admit that in my travels I've learned a thing or two about medicines, and I wanted to. This, is not anymore the Great Fairy Fountain of Healing, but perhaps it could still be a place for people to be healed.
Yeah, I mean, down in Kakariko, Healer Ventka is my great uncle. I mean, like, I wouldn't say he's great as in good. He is pretty chill, but I don't think I'd describe him as great unless he was the brother of my mother's father, which he is. I could totally like hook you up with him and like, his like where he gets stuff from, like tell you about land and like the healing stuff around here that he knows about. I'm like 50% certain he doesn't currently have an apprentice.
Okay, let's maybe go down to the Shut-Eye Inn and have a chat.
As Lorhanon is to potentially be taken under the wing of a healer in Kakariko, Lydian was devising a plan to take a select few individuals under his wing. He too had set up a new home in Loshlow Harbor of the Necluda Sea, as recommended by Natara. No more than a day's journey from Hateno or Hateno II, he and Ionia relocated with their fledglings for more space and to be closer to Dragon Roost Island. With his superior magical capabilities, Lydian was able to work remotely at the castle, projecting an image of himself there each day. And on one particular day, he had a very important meeting organized. And that is where we find our hero now, Lydian. Your projected image is about to enter a room with 6 people from all over Hyrule. Isra, the Hylian treasure seeker from Wetland Stable, his wife, Gerudo Glassblower Karsh, Kenliala from Cardinal Directions of Hebra, Zad, the worst Sheikah clerk to ever exist, Mixo, the 3rd best bard Rito Village has to offer, and also Zorak. Lydian.
What?
Select your thoughts and enter. Most of your audience is confused. Jorak yells, "Hey, bud!" And Mixo says, "Hi, Lydian."
Hello. Thank you all for meeting with me here today. Thank you for gathering at my request. It's now been a while since the calamity threatened the great land we all share called Hyrule. What I've learned is that Ganon's evil is crafty and will strike when least expected next, whether it be from a different timeline, a different plane, or reconstituting in some way, shape, or form. So, with 11th hour entering a soft retirement and Bogey's clan dissolved, Hyrule will have a void of defenders against the great evil, should it rise up again and the cycle repeat. These heroes need to be people who are steadfast, unwavering, and dedicated in their convictions. That's why I'm creating the ultimate group to be a shield for Hyrule and her people. A shield of folks who I know can look a little rough around the edges, but spending time together can bring out their fullest potential. The determination and conviction you all share was the reason that there was only one thing on my mind when landing the final blow on the great king of evil. Our interactions left such a daunting imprint on my soul, I would be remiss if Lady Hylia did not have him as her next fearless swordsman. Zad has been a desk clerk under the greatest Sheikah captain of the modern day. He is destined to follow as a heroic warrior to defend the nation from attacks, as his biting sarcasm and stubbornness is the greatest defense against waves of evil. I will volunteer to teach him the ways of the blade. Kenliala, with her expert navigation and cutthroat deceptive tactics, will serve as the ranger for the party, scouting from the skies. She has the opportunity to not only become a tour guide for all of Hyrule, but protect it from evil. Jorek may seem simple at first, but is a powerful druid with much potential. If he has other capable warriors surrounding him to steer him in the right direction, his spellcasting may well be boundless. Additionally, Jorek Jr. is needed for group support. Isra and Karsh, now that you have found each other, I believe this is your calling. May your newfound love strengthen your synergies of your battle prowess in tandem with one another. For Isra, treasure awaits in places across the map, never before seen by explorers, bolstering yourself and these new friends with magical weaponry. And Karsh, the instincts of the mighty Gerudo people are necessary to keep your husband and the rest of the party safe from harm. In the world of hatred, spreading love and romance is one of your greatest weapons. And lastly, Mixolydian from my own village. The Rito people have celebrated Cass, myself, and now I believe it is your time to reach your full potential as a musician and Hyrule's next part of legend. I will pass on my songs and the songs before me, not to prepare some nameless hero, but to prepare yourself for the trials ahead. Hold your optimism close to your chest, for no matter what the world may try to take away, it can separate life from death in the heat of battle. I see the same fortitude and courage within all of you that I did myself in 11th hour at first. While at times insufferable to me, you all remind me of myself in a way, thus explaining these new duties. Zad, the swordsman, Kenliala, the archer, Jorek, the spellcaster, Isra, the treasure hunter, and Karsh, the romantic, all parts of Lydian. By the grace of Hylia, may these souls grate against each other on their journeys like steel sharpening steel. May they turn the tides of the ever-present war at a moment's notice. May they be as refined as they are jagged. They should henceforth be known as the defenders of Hyrule's new age. The Silvery Barbs.
Lydian, in the middle of your speech, from your location in Loshlow Harbor, your kid's roughhousing gets a bit closer. Then Keela comes crashing to the ground in front of you. In person, at your home in Loshlow, she skids on the ground, banging up her knee pretty badly in the process. Ow, she says as she dusts off the wound. Papa, she cries.
Oh, hold on. One moment.
But though it has come a long way, magical healing is still not what it once was. Nonetheless, it has been your job for the past several years to study this, and so you excuse yourself for a moment from your meeting and kneel down to your daughter. You touch your wing to her injured leg, and a faint gold halo of light shines from the cut. Removing your wing, though the scrape isn't completely healed over, it looks about as good as it would after a few days of healing. You wipe away the little tear that formed in the corner of Keela's eye, and she squeezes you with a "Thanks, Papa," and among a mess of giggles, she rejoins your other children in the game they were playing. With the fate of Hyrule in capable hands, our heroes are able to spend their time as they please, settling into new homes, raising families, working hard, and enjoying life. Though they are spread out around Hyrule, they are always connected by the Hyrule Postal Service, which has improved greatly with the teleportation systems Aquila integrated into the stables for mail service. And 11th Hour still gets together for the occasional milestone. If you guys have anything with each of these prompts that you want to jump in, interact for, please feel free. These are kind of brief. Our heroes visit Rito Village for yet another Rito Village wedding, this time for Lydian's little sister Lo to Tulin. Lydian performs all of the music personally, and those who haven't had a chance to meet his kids definitely do here, because they sing along with their papa.
Inari claps. Inari is clapping as they sing, the whole time.
I feel like Natara just has, the biggest grin on her face.
I would perform, but not try to take the spotlight for myself. Make sure the focus is on Lo and her being happy.
Of course. Our heroes celebrate the grand opening of the Dueling Peaks Ancient Tech Lab. Everyone takes the 1,500-foot-tall ancient tech elevator up to the facility, and Aquila cuts the ribbon with one of the 4 functioning guardian arms she has integrated into her person. Turrets pass out beverages.
Doc Ock over
That's
here.
right.
You actually
The
Doc
power of the
Ock her.
sun.
Oh my gosh.
Her turrets pass out beverages at the event.
Yeah, refreshment configuration.
Can an Ari play fetch with LG?
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
You throw something like a ball or something down the side of Dueling Peaks, and LG, who has been upgraded over time, is able to shoot down and back up rather quickly with the object, and this repeats. Our heroes visit Terrytown to meet Natara's first grandchild. Even Avala makes the trip for the celebration held in the small community's town square. Belanc joins as well.
I probably spend a lot of time talking to the kids, not kids, I guess anymore, but about like not at all about the Yiga clan, like about everything else.
Everything else, yes. They appreciate good conversation with their uncle Lorhanan because of their shared upbringing. Our heroes celebrate Lorhanan's mastery of practical medicine in Kakariko and the grand opening of his cottage at the site of Kotera's former grotto as a place for his business, Feeling People. Internally and externally.
Yep.
Oh.
Therapy, yep.
And our heroes celebrate Inari's retirement from the Hyrule Army after many years of dedicated service to establishing it. The grand showcase involving all peoples of Hyrule who have joined this military and the unique styles of fighting that have evolved from their cultural variety is the main entertainment for the event. The epic tale of 11th Hour has become part of Hyrule's history. These 5 people could have chosen to risk everything when Hyrule needed them most, but they did, because that is what what heroes do. Heroes of Hyrule. Last we see our heroes of Hyrule, they are happy. Lydian plays a song for his wife in the sunset glow of Loshlow Harbor. Keela completes another project with the aid of her guardian arms and little guardian assistant. Lorhanan helps another patient who has traveled far, seeking his spiritual healing more than his physical healing. Inari vacations around Hyrule with Des, taking plenty of time to relax. And Atara, with many years ahead of her, is matriarch of a long lineage of people she welcomes into her life with open arms and their descendants. And that is where we find our heroes now.
Wow.
Wow.
I can hear Sarah yelling from the other room.
The snippet about the Clara at the end is so sweet. I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh.
Yay.
Jenna. Oh, that's so good.
Thanks for the past almost 3.5 years, guys.
Oof.
Thank you, Jenna. I love all our little blorbos and all your little NPC blorbos and how our blorbos interact. And it was a really good time. Just very special. I feel like we all kind of came into our own, and it was really nice to see.
It was great. Great playing with you guys.
Yeah. We're never doing that again. This is the last time.
We're finishing a campaign.
No.
You're right.
The only way to finish a campaign is a TPK from now on. That's it.
If you insist.
Don't give him ideas. Do not give him ideas.
All right,
I
Jenna, you
beg.
can cut the string whenever you want.
All right, I will. Thank you.
Jenna, I have to say,
Like
you did get me with the cottage reveal or the tech lab reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.